Hey guys, welcome to Traditional Bow Hunting Wilderness Podcast. This is Jason Samkoviak. Today we're going to talk about scouting bogs. Why bogs are such a great tool for hunters. A bog like this is just basically a depression. Here in northern Michigan, they usually fill up with all this crap in there. Spongy, water in the bottom. Just a pain in the butt to walk through. It's like walking on bowling balls that are on mattresses that are covered in 3 inches of foam is what they're like walking on in the water. It's a nightmare. But they are a gold mine for hunting for a bunch of different reasons. Deer will use them for bedding on the edges. They will eat food that grows along the edges of them and in there sometimes. And they will also use them to travel around rather than travel through, because they're usually low like you're seeing here. I mean, this one's actually up pretty high, so deer will travel through there, but they will bed in there on the, like where that pine tree is, where these are, they'll bed on some of the high points in here, but for the most part, it's kind of a no-go area in general. Deer are not going to go out of their way to travel through here. They'll rather travel around them, which is what we're going to look at. So we're going to go take a peek here and see what we're looking at here. I'm wearing a regular boot, so I'm not ready to go tromping through here. And I didn't expect this to be right here. It's not like I'm scouting, but I'm not quite where I was supposed to be at. But I got a feeling that when we get over here, I'll bet we're going to see some pretty good trails and some pretty good stuff on there like that. So we're going to work around the edge of this bog and see. You can already see some here. Let's see. Oh, look at right here. I'm right here. Just starting. Look at this trail. See, here's the bog. We're coming around. Look, I already got rubs right here. See what I mean? It's pretty. They're like a perfect funnel for deer, because deer don't want to fight their way through that either. So they're going to skirt these edges of it. So anytime you have a big bog, it's pretty much a no-go area. But like I said, you will find bedding in them. Like I said, I'm not going to be able to go out and hit all those bedding spots out there with water, but you'll find bedding in places like this. But look how deep these are. I'm waist deep as you start sinking into this stuff, and it's real spongy. I'm squishing and sinking into that, and I'm not even really in it yet. So they can be an adventure here, but they'll bed like under these pine, in places in here with this secure cover, and it's nice and cool for them in the summertime. This cool, wet floor is amazing for them on the hot days. They love it. But and they'll cut these corners of it, like look at that old rub there, but they'll cut right on these corners of this. You can see it kind of wraps around. We're going to work our way right around this thing and see what we find here on the edge. And see, you can see this major transition line trail comes up through here. Here's the edge of the bog. See the trail right here that works right on the edge. Comes right up around here. Big old bog right here. Look at this trail. See, look at. See these? And there's more. See, they work right around these. They're like a pinch point for them to come up through here to work around the edges of them. You can see what I mean when I say they're springy and up and down. See, it's just a bonus for what I'm out here for, to find this. But so you got that bog right here. We're coming around the other side. That's the swamp edge. That transition is what I'm originally scouting here. And if what I'm believing is right, we're in a kind of a point here that jots into there, because I came around that over there is how I came out, and that's how I found this. I will eventually work that edge, but I got a feeling that same, once we get around this point, this point curls back in, we're going to hit a bottleneck between this bog and that swamp that's out there, that marsh. So that's going to end up bringing us, I got a feeling, right here to get, see what I mean? See how the trail's coming through here? Working right around this edge. But like I said, they'll bed. Deer will bed right in these places, right along the edges of these, in the thick pockets of this. They'll use this for sure. But I got a feeling that, see another trail coming through. So I'm looking, but these are gold mine spots. They are fantastic places. Look at the trails. See, this is what I'm talking about. See, look at this trail. Bog right here, big bog here. Swamp right over there. As we backtrack here a little bit. Oh, I'm gonna have to stop in a second and tie my shoe too, but look at this trail we're on. It comes through here. But that swamp is right there. You can see it, all the dogwood and tag elder and all that stuff, which is gold. This is kind of like a high ground island that basically travels right up between that bog, or I mean that swamp, and then that bog right there. This is where that activity is. Let's see what else is here as we get closer to that edge before we go down into it. Yep, more trails. Trails through here. Yep, good trails. Poop and trails. You know, just a fantastic area. More trail. Look at these trails. Look at that. Coming right through. Look at that. Whoop. Coming right up through here. Another one I can see right there. Sorry if the wind noise is kicking. It's cold and windy today. Went there. Trail coming through here. See, and then this is, you know, this is gold mine here. I mean, they'll bed right here on this transition all day long. But see how this is starting to wrap back in and around. I bet it's going to meet up with that bog over there, and everything's going to bottleneck. I'm going to tie my shoe, and we're going to go over there and check it. Okay, we're getting ready. I got my shoe tied. But anyway, we know that deer are not going to technically be just walking through there. They may, but most of the time it's on the transition like we're seeing with the trails. But so we got a huge, tremendous transition line they're going to want to use in main area. They're not going to just go busting through there very often. All right, it's just not what they do. They're usually on the edges of these swamps and these tag elders and stuff like that. They're not buried deep in them usually. So knowing that travel is going to be here because of that, got that big bog up here, so you know that travel is not going to be through that bog. It leaves this 50-yard area, which I got a feeling is going to narrow down even more of where all the travel is going to come through. Tremendous bedding options there. Look at the trail going into there. It wraps right off that point. But tremendous bedding options in there. Bedding options along the edge of this. And look at this. Look at these trails that are coming through here. Look at this sign that's coming through here. And we're just on one. But see how this is starting to meet up together now. Okay, see how that's starting to wrap back around as tag elder swamp is starting to come into here. This is that bog. That's that edge of that bog. Right here, look at the trails on this. Look at this one right here. Look at this trail right here too. I mean, see, here's that bog. Right here we're talking about. Look at this trail. Look at this. Coming right through here. Look at the trails through here. This is perfect. I mean, they'll bed here with this stuff all day long. I mean, this is gold coming up into this. Look at through here as this is starting to get down to where these are meeting. So now what we're finding is we're getting, look at this. Look at that area, trashed. This is where this bog, if it was flooded, this bog would be flooding into that swamp. Look at the sign coming through here. Look at this. Look at on this other trail that we just were on earlier too. Let me get through here. Look at this. Look at how they're just wrecking this. Cruising through here. Just trashing this area. This is a gold mine spot. Here, look at this. I mean, there's that other trail right here. Right up through here. Fantastic setup. So you have them working this tag around. Look at that. I mean, just crushing it. Going right up around this, along this tag elders where this is starting to thin out and get more into the woods. You got that bog over here that's running out. Getting to the other side of this bog. You got a perfect classic pinch point funnel in here along the transition line of this swamp. And this bog means that anything that wants to move from anywhere out there is going to come in and travel this section. So anything for 200 yards that way and 500 or 600 yards that way that technically wants to come through this area, okay, heading this, heading this north-south direction, is going to be coming in funnel typically through where we are right now. It doesn't get better than that. That is your classic funnel activity here. That's exactly what you're looking for to happen, is them to travel this right here. And it's a perfect funnel. So now we just got to figure out where we want to hunt, how we want to set this up. I don't got to look any harder. I don't got to dig around. I don't got to nothing. I got all three of those trails that we were on out there all meet up. 1, 2, 3 right here. It doesn't get better than that. Let's find a tree. All right, we got it picked out. That is the tree right there. We're going right there on that tree, right against that pine, right there. And as you can see, we have fantastic shooting all over out here. We got excellent shooting anywhere they come through here. And I'm on the far end of this. So you have shooting there. You got shooting through here. You got shooting here. As we come in where I'm expecting them to be closer up, but I got tremendous shooting out of that tree all the way across this whole thing right there. Fantastic shooting all the way around into here. So I got good shooting everywhere. Covers all these trails out of that tree right there. You know, real good shooting lanes. Got great shooting lanes on the other side. All that activity is going to be right in through, and I'm expecting the majority of it to be right here, giving me a 4-yard shot right out of there. And they got shooting that way. You got shooting over that way out of that tree on the other side of the pine, angling right there to the edge of that. So you got everything coming right out of that tree. So that is exactly what we're after, is that tree right there. I'm going to mark it. I'm going to call it good. And we're going to basically have it. We just found ourselves another good stand that comes in. All that stuff is blending together right through here. This is where all that pinch point was. But right here where I was at earlier, I was talking to you, is just a little too thick to find anything at. So this tree right here is the one that gives me all that shooting opportunity. So we're going to mark it, lock it, and call it a hunting spot. And but that's how we use bogs. Bogs are a tremendous asset. Like I said, we took a huge area here of basically, like I said, 1,000 yards running across here, running east to west, 1,000 yards of east to west area, and narrowed it down to this 40-yard, 35-yard zone is where the bulk of that travel will come through because of that big bog there and that swamp that's right there. And they will, like I said, with bedding all the way around it, transition lines, the points, the high trees like those pines that are in there. I can't go in there right now because I'm not wearing the right boots, but I pretty much guarantee you there's beds there, there's bedding all along there. So the options here are fantastic. Bogs are a tremendous asset, and they're all over the place. Like I said, here in northern Michigan, ours fill up with that mossy stuff. I can't remember what they call it. But a depression's a depression. Anywhere like that the deer are probably not going to go through is something you can use to your advantage. If you were to put this same scenario we're in right now in a farm field in Iowa, how would it be any different? You'd be looking at big open hay field or bean field, okay, that they're not going to go into, and another big bean field over here they're not going to go into. This is the travel through the middle, okay? This is just a big woods version of that same thing. A no-go area, and then thick travel where they want to travel that connects bigger woods and bigger woods. It's got food and everything they need. It's a win-win all the way around. Use bogs to your advantage. Don't forget to check out my bow hunting whitetails online course. There's a lot of this stuff in there, including this video. And then I'm also going to take you in and show you an aerial where we set that tree up, and then I'm going to show you the aerial version of this and what the deer are going to do and how they're there and why this spot, what brought me into here to begin with, and how we're going to hunt it. So it'll show you all that stuff in there. That course is amazing. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. There's a little description. It's been rolling somewhere in this video for you. Definitely worth checking out. It's only $74.99 still, and there are thousands and thousands of you guys that are in there that have just praised on how great that course is. It's absolutely amazing. So nothing else like it in the world exists today, and it'll teach you everything you need to know about finding these kind of places. But you know, I mean, I've been in here 10 minutes. I don't need to see any more. 10 minutes and I'm good. I already know what the bulk of things are going to do. And Gene Wenzel once said that the key thing to finding or to being a good hunter is to get out there and scout and to find the one tree that more deer will walk by than any other tree out there. We just found it in this whole area, in this 1,000-yard area. That tree I picked where we are standing right now, more deer will walk here than anywhere else. We just followed, you know, the king of bow hunting, Gene Wenzel's advice, and the terrain led us to find what we're looking for. This is it. Oh, don't trip. These are the places we're after. This is what we want, and this is where that activity is. So take advantage of it and set it up and use it. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.